Welcome back to M. Jones Style. Thank you guys so much for dropping by and spending time with me while I'm out here in my garden. Well guys, it's that time of year. The temperatures have dropped and it's time to start planting, transplanting, and making all types of changes in my garden so that I can look forward to a wonderful spring next year. So today I am going to take you along with me to tell you what's going on, to show you some plants that I'm going to be transplanting, and to show you the new garden bed that I have designed and created. Guys, I didn't take you along with me to show you the step-by-step process that I created in order to make this new garden bed. The reasons for that is because my dirt, my ground is sitting on nothing but rock and limestone. And it is very difficult for me to be able to dig and plant things out here. In order for me to be able to do it in a faster way and a way that it doesn't tire me out too much, is I would need to have a commercial auger, or I would have to have someone to throw a rock bar for me in order to be able to get beneath this rock and be able to plant. So what I did was I went ahead and I laid out my area for the new garden bed. I purchased some plants from Proven Winners and from Gardening with Creekside, and I'm going to show you the plants that I planted. I'll show you the tags, and then I'll also show you where I've already planted these plants. Now going forward, I am going to show you the plants that I'm going to be transplanting. So come along with me and let me show you what I've been working on out here in my garden. Let's go. The new garden bed is going to come off of both of these walkways where I'm standing, and then also from this walkway. Now it's going to feed into this new area. And in this new area, I've already put down my cardboard. So you can see that I've gathered up all these stones from off my property. And I have already made the pathway. The pathway is going to consist of the same materials as my other two pathways, and that will be flagstone and pea gravel. On either side of the pathway, I am going to put out some compost and some mulch, and I will plant my plants alongside the pathway. Now, on this side, I'm going to be adding plants as well. Right there is a hydrangea, and it's been there. It will be in the ground a year next month. And it did not bloom for me this season, but hopefully it will. So I'm going to turn the camera around over here and show you how this is looking from this side. I'd like to eventually get me a bench back here so that I can set that back here as well. And I think that that would be really nice. Now in the future, I'm going to add more to this garden down this area right here. Here is my new garden bed, and here is the walkway, and I think it turned out just fantastic. What I did was I went and I put down the cardboard all throughout this area, and then I came back through and I added my compost, and then I added the mulch. Over here is where I would eventually like to put a bench, but right now I'm just using this old bench that I have, which I made with some cinder blocks and a piece of wood. Now this caladium that's in this pot has been here all summer, and it is doing fantastic. It was in another area of the garden, but I just set it right down there. Over on this side are 3 boxwoods that I also just recently planted. These sprinter boxwoods get 2 to 4 feet tall and wide, and they need at least 6 hours of sun. So I think I have them in a very good area right here. And then I already have 3 hydrangeas in the ground. I have one there, which is a Limelight. I have one over there, which is a Quickfire, and so is this one. Now guys, all of my hydrangeas that I purchased are panicle hydrangeas because of where I live, and also that they can take a little more sun, or a lot more sun, than the other type of hydrangeas. The little Quickfire hydrangea, there is one here, and there's also one right here. And the specs on this one is that it gets 3 to 5 foot tall and wide, and it needs 6 hours of sun and afternoon shade. That's a pretty one. Over here is my Rose of Sharon. It is the pink chiffon, and it is a beautiful one. It's already had one bloom on it since I planted it. And the steps on this one is that it should get 8 to 12 feet tall and 6 to 10 feet wide. It does need about 6 hours of sun and some shade. So this area should be good for this plant as well. The sun will come up over there or set over there, and that should give it plenty of sun. I planted my Glow Pop hollies over here, and there's 3 of them, and they're starting to already put out new leaves. And here is the information on the Glow Pop hollies. They will get 2 to 3 feet tall and wide, and they're going to need about 6+ hours of sun. So the sun will, right now they're in the shade, but the sun's going to come on this side this afternoon. I purchased one Gem Box Dwarf Inkberry Holly right here, and it's not going to get very big, so I thought this corner would be perfect for it, because the stats on this particular plant is that it will get 2 to 3 feet tall and wide, and it needs at least 6 hours of sun. So I think that's a great place for this one. So let's take a look from this side of the new garden bed and the walkway. And as you can see, everything is coming together. Guys, that's it for this video. I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for dropping by and spending some time with me. I hope you'll come back, and I'll talk to you later. Bye now.